Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We have new Archer commanders. Holy tits. Holy tits indeed. Speaking of tits, Nibble Bear, welcome to the stream. Ray, good morning, my friend. Who are you? Who are you? Ray's finally back on his, what did he say? Drill sergeant. Messaging me at like fucking 6 a.m. I'm always appreciated. Mrs. Dirty, hello, baby. Welcome to the stream. Good transition? What do you mean? When I switched from like the music ending? Come on, dude. Streamer 101. Tommy, thank you for being a member for 27 months. Coffee, no screwdriver, Bloody Mary? Nah, son. Oh, the Nipple Bear. Yeah. Yeah, you know, just you have your moments sometimes. You have your moments. Have your moments, you know. Oh, it's a little hot. So, yes, we're here. We're gonna jump right into this because then Ray's gonna get antsy and he's like, "Yo, just talk about the fucking archers already." So, first archer on the list, we have Qin Shi Huang. If I said that right, according to my Chinese wife, hopefully. Yo, this guy's complicated as fuck. I got to admit, I was doing a little bit of like research and digging and trying to analyze this a little bit before, so we're gonna have to unravel this thing together. I would like to go at some point, like once we're done doing this, I'm gonna go and kind of dig through the 1093 Discord. I know there's been some discussions on that, and there's been some other pictures as well, which I think might prove a little valuable. So Qin Shi Huang. So this is the dude who built the Great Wall. So it's kind of weird that they're giving him us like as an open field guy. According to my wife, he should have been obviously a garrison commander. And then there's probably some other choices for the rally comm, but we'll get to him in a bit. So this is going to be our open field guy. Let's go ahead and look at his skills. So primary skill, 1 conquers 6. 1000 rage consumption. This commander's troop gains the Eternal Emperor effect for 10 seconds. Whenever their troop deals direct damage with a basic attack via the Iron Pierces Bronze skill, which is the next one you can see, it also deals 60% of the damage to up to 5 other nearby enemy troops. 60. Whenever their troop deals direct damage with a basic attack via Iron Pierces Bronze. 60% of the damage up to 5 other nearby troops. So there's no like damage output. It looks like it's dependent on what your basic attack is doing. King Schmuck, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. We'll figure that out. I was trying to read this to get a gauge before coming on stream, and it's very convoluted. It's a very convoluted skill system here. So let's unravel it together. Next skill, Iron Pierces Bronze. Whenever this commander's troop launches a basic attack, it spends 100 rage and won't trigger without sufficient rage to convert the damage into direct damage. So you're converting your rage into a direct damage factor. So there is a direct damage factor. Direct damage is equal to 100% of their troops' basic attack damage factor. So like, let's say for instance, what's like a standard white number that we see on the field? Like let's 3,000 ish. So maybe not that much. So like, what would that be then? You're, you're just going to do equivalent to your basic attack as skill damage. And then your one conquer 6 is going to sprinkle 60% of that damage in an AoE. Very fitting title for his primary skill as he united China. I like. I did see Ray ask in our 1093 Q&A if horn and drums on this guy. It does seem like we are going to want horn and drums because you're going to be spending rage. You spend 100 rage whenever you launch a basic attack. Wait. So how are you supposed to get up to the 1000 rage to activate one conquer 6? I don't know. Y'all are smarter than me, so let me know. Third skill, Thunder shakes Earth. If this commander's troop is in the field and has been outside of your city for at least 10 seconds, it gains the Eternal Emperor effect for 8 seconds whenever it enters combat. Can trigger once every 60 seconds. Whenever their troop deals direct damage with Iron Pierces Bronze or Eternal Emperor effect, it spends 20 rage, won't trigger without sufficient rage, to deal extra direct damage to all targets and drain 10 rage for them. So you're going to drain essentially 5 targets worth of rage from them. For the duration of the effect, this is the drain effect, which we've seen on Ragnar. Reduces an enemy's attribute and increases your own. It's kind of like that vampire effect. And then the second part, which is the waning effect, drains 10 rage from them. Direct damage. So you're going to drain the 10 rage and then give them a 200 direct damage factor. So on top of the primary skill, which is going to deal 60% of your basic attack, you're also going to do once every 60 seconds a really decent burst of damage, of a direct damage factor of 200. So that's where we're going to get a little bit more of that rage here, as you're kind of sucking it away from your opponents. J Lola, welcome to the stream. You get 500 rage entering battle. Okay, that would make sense. Lubo, welcome to the stream. 2 of his skills consume rage, so it adds up to 1,000. So it adds up to 1,000 at some point. He needs to consume 1,000 rage, not require 1,000 rage. Is that a thing? Hold on. Oh, yeah. So all other commanders is rage requirement, and this is rage consumed. So it's the first time we are seeing something like that in the game. Good call out there. I don't think he should have been archer main either. If anything, he should have been cav or infantry main, because in his history, I don't know how much of his army is being archers. Disastrous, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So rage consumed. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So we did third skill. Fourth skill, Valor Best Despair. If this commander's troop is attacking a field troop, if they are the primary commander, their troop gains 500 rage upon entering combat. This is what Jay Loloff stated in chat. So you do want to run this guy as primary commander to give him that initial 500 rage upon entering combat. So we know he's going to have to be the primary commander here. Oh, and I didn't mention here on his second skill, he's getting March speed bonus, which thank God, they desperately need that. 30% defense and then 20% health. Their troop takes 10% less normal damage. It's very common what we see in the current meta. Whenever their troop takes direct damage, smite damage, or combo attack damage with 300 plus damage factor, it spends 40 rage to reduce the damage by 40%. Can trigger a total of 6 times per second. Each enemy troop can only trigger the effect once per second. Wow. So each time you're getting hit, if direct damage is more than 300, which I think they kind of put that in there because of, you know, combo attack damage effects, which that is going to dictate how we want to build our combo trees, which we'll go into. I believe Arthur, or your combo damage tree, if you go all the way to the end, I think it maxes out at 200, so you won't get hit with this penalty here, although you probably would want that maybe. Trigger a total of 6 times per second. So if you're getting swarmed, each enemy troop can only trigger the effect once per second. So whether that's your smite, direct, or combo attack. So pretty tanky there to reduce. There's so much rage. You need a lot of, oh my gosh, this is kind of confirming everything that Chadsky's been talking about with Ring and Horn. And this almost kind of puts us in that meta where, like, you might not even want rings anymore. That sucks. I can't do hardstyle right now. I'm sorry, babe. Hirak, welcome to the stream. 500 rage plus horn plus drum plus drain. He should fire a lot in theory. We really need to test him fast. Yeah. Shout out to the testers and Belay, because y'all got your freaking work cut out for you here. Oh boy. And then his expertise. So this enhances Thunder Shakes Earth, which is his 3rd skill. If this commander's troop is in the field and has been outside your city for 10 seconds, so you're going to drain 15 rage instead of the 10, and 250 damage factor. Does the rage expenditure decrease here? Actually increases. So your rage expenditure increases for a little bit more drain and a little bit more damage. Yeah, this is a little interesting here. I'm gonna pull up a picture real quick from the 1093 Discord that I think is pretty interesting. So let me just pull this down real quick, guys, while I go scour through Discord, and then we'll move on. We can sit on this for a little bit and see. But Cinny posted a good picture here. Where was it? Oh, it's from I guess the don't go full screen like that. Oh, this is from an Ihara video, I think. Let me just check and see what this looks like. Hold on. Yeah, the full screen messed it up. Oh, it's from King's Codex, actually. Damn it. So, I really don't want to freaking... Hold on. Let me make another little window capture thing, because I don't feel like messing up my display to show this. Let me just do that. We'll screen it, and then let me pause, and then let me do this. Okay, so this is from King's Codex. It looks like it was from one of the meetups, and then also Ihara's thing is on here as well. So shout out to Ihara, shout out to King's Codex. So this is what we're looking at with this dude in the open field. This is with ZL Prime, ZL Secondary. Zeno, welcome to the stream. Bruh, I just bought a ring last week. Yeah, I know. Yes, it's his secondary skill, Disastrous, which is, it gives him the extra health. 20% health. You're getting the 30% defense and 20%. So you could essentially use him with, like, Philip, I guess. I don't know. It's a little weird, but here's the, I Here you have it up. Here's the footage of what this guy does. You can see there are a lot of small numbers here, but that's a lot of damage that's being cranked out here. And he is able to get up to that rage. So let's run it back. You are getting up to that rage, so you are obviously going to be proccing ZL's skill as well, but this is a lot of damage. Oh, you sent that. Oh, okay, sorry, right. This looks crazy. I mean, again, it's a lot of small damage, but Philip kind of does this as well. He sprinkles out a lot of small damage. It's 800 as opposed to this dude's 250. But I think Phillips is only 3 targets and not 5. So this is gonna add up. So that is looking pretty cool. All right, let's go. Uh-oh. Oh. So thank you to a goose. We actually just got a better quality one here. So let me see if I can pull this up here. A little better quality. Thank you, a goose. There we go. Yeah, that is a little better. So you want him to get hit, I guess. I mean, well, that I think Chiz made a good point on this. Like because archers get attacked so much, they do kind of need something like this, which is good. So this will kind of slightly deter people from, you know, wanting to hit your march, essentially. Mad Mania, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. So thank you, Goose, again for better quality. Appreciate that. Oh, and Hirak sent it too. Thank you, Hirak. You guys are the best. All right, so thoughts on Qin Shi Huang? I think he's gonna be a must max, but you're gonna kind of want to have some things ready for him, which again, I think you're gonna want to drum. So this helps because I was thinking of making whatchamacallit, another ring for my 6th March, but now it looks like I'll probably pivot and make a drum. My Soul Archer March will become horn and drum, and then I can flex my ring onto someone else. Chiz mastermind behind new archers confirmed. Well, it's kind of logical, right? I mean, you can't really give them counterattack damage. I mean, you could, but like the amount of counterattack damage that you would get, it just isn't enough. So like this is a good mechanic to, because again, you're getting a drain effect on them, like you're draining rage from the enemy. So this does make them like, you kind of don't want to hit them. Wally, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Cavs for the win. Yeah, we'll see. He's looking pretty good right now. Let's kind of talk about potential pairings real quick. Well, I've been talking about drum meta now. We need it. Yeah. Well, it's just, it sucks, man, that we're not, like, even Chatsky's been kind of talking about it a little bit. He's been doing a lot of tests on that fact, but like, dude, how many of us are in the realm of 4 to 6 rings? Like, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. And then we'll do another one for drums just to see. We'll do 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 plus. Let's see. And also, yes, counterattack is mainly for infantry. Just crafted my 6th ring. 6 rings, no drums. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need, like, if they're gonna, like, kind of change things on us a little bit. Oh, Ray abusing here. Why do you time out Dutone? Yo, my mods be be bugging out. Ray, you good? If they're gonna change things on us like this, like we need to have, especially for accessories, there's got to be some kind of like a better compensation, man. Like I just deleted a legendary set, and I'm sure I'm not the only one to have done so, and it would have been really nice. Like not only did I lose iconic crystals, obviously we're gonna lose the blueprints, but like all of the mats too is like crazy, dude. And now we're shifting into this meta where drum and horns are kind of a thing. And what are we gonna all dismantle our rings? Let's talk about potential pairings. So we saw in that video with ZL, and we can kind of maybe get a little bit synergy. So I'm gonna pull up this on my side here to kind of just refer to his skills and see where synergies lie. So a couple things. He wants someone who's going to give him more rage. That's probably the main factor that I can think of off the top of my head. I think obviously anything with archers, you want more march speed. Let me see if I can do that. Hold on. I think you may have just put him in timeout. Unhide user on this channel. Sorry, Dutone. Apologies on that. It may have just been a timeout, so hopefully he's back. If not, then message me in Discord or something. I'll figure it out. Deleted web and dagger. It was painful, but their effect is so much less than ring. Yeah, I agree. Like those are, and I have a dagger ready to dismantle as well. That's gonna go onto my drums now. Oh, there he is. He's back. Still want to dismantle my dagger. New guy with Philip. New tech dagger's worthless, but 50% mats hers. I feel you, man. I feel you. So we want rage. We want march speed. And he's got like a lot of additional damage. So anyone that I think is boosting that fact, which probably ZL is going to be the guy. What do you guys think in chat? So we got the 2000 damage factor, less damage reduction, archer health bonus, which would put him at a very sweet 60% health. Damage bonus. You get the skill damage bonus, archer attack bonus by 50. That's another thing with his kit, because and here's another thing too, where the meta is seemingly now shifting, where attack is becoming more valuable. Like we have these crystal tech changes. Belay put out some good stuff on that as well on a couple streams that I was chilling and watching, and there's some percentage bonuses. It's not a lot, but in a commander like what's this guy's name again? Qinshi Huang, where the damage output on his like direct damage factor is dependent on his like normal attack, right? Equal to 100% of the troop's basic attack. Let's say basic attack, and it's not normal attack because then it kind of puts him in the range of smite. But then you are kind of also, I mean, the normal damage is going to boost his is going to boost his basic attacks, right? So you want attack bonuses on him, which ZL is giving, but it's a chance, and you do kind of want normal damage bonus. Horn CC on Liucha still slaps. Or ring CC is good too. What CC? I think Herman is falling because he only reduces skill damage. Herman reduce and boost skill damage. Let's take a look at Herman. And then we also have this marquee effect as well, which I think is just a damage bonus and then an extra damage factor as well. And then his expertise increases damage dealt. Whenever they deal skill damage, they do gain rage. So again, a little bit of that synergy that we're looking for. And then obviously we have the rally commander too, which we can look at as well. We have Herman. Obviously we know what his primary does. You get a nice AoE with some poison stacks. You get the 20% attack bonus, defense, and march speed. AoE skill damage bonus, which would that affect this guy's skills? We don't know. We have to see. Defense reduction and archer damage versus infantry. This is in regards to his poison stacks, and then more for poison stacks. Oh, greatest Gloria. I got you. It's all good, Wally. Remember back in the day, Dragothian was the only one running 4 to 5 drums, and everyone hated it back then, but everyone likes it now. New guy has no skill damage, right? YSG might be a think, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's not coming across as skill damage, but it is. It is essentially, because it's direct damage. So, like, this is direct damage. So I think anything in the realm of direct damage, that's skill damage, right? If I'm not mistaken. So maybe. What up, Skins? Welcome, welcome. I think Herman is still going to stay meta, specifically if you run 2 archers. Yeah, I think so too. I think Herman does fall a little bit here to being your secondary archer march, potentially. Actually, let's filter this into archer. And there's not a large pool here, so Boudica, skill damage and skill damage taken decrease, increase, attack bonus, march speed bonus, and defense bonus. Skill damage reduction. This could be interesting here. It is only for 1 second, but I mean 25% normal damage bonus and 50% normal damage bonus is kind of wild if you get those to proc at the right time. Healing factor, and then this is just to cleanse and a little bit more damage. So Boudica might be an option. Might be a stretch. YSG, old reliable. Archer attack bonus 100%. You get the 10% chance every 3 seconds and you're gaining the rage, which is what he wants. And then skill damage bonus, which should amplify his skills. Qin Shi Huang. I don't think Artemisia would be in play. Henry, skill damage factor 2300, skill damage reduction, 20% archer attack, defense, and march speed. Counter attack damage bonus could maybe play in a little bit here, but that's when you're attacking a stronghold, so never mind. Archer damage, direct damage factor, and then when troop has over 70% rage, it deals 30% more normal damage. If not, their troop takes 20% less normal damage. That could be a little interesting too with Henry. How long you're gonna be able to stay like that? That's interesting because you can get up to 70%. You can get up to 70% rage and not automatically cast your skill because you are consuming rage with this guy. Keep forgetting his name. So Henry could be in play here, and then obviously we have Asher, 1500, and then more direct damage factor in an AoE, 20% attack, defense, and march speed, 20% skill damage, and then second part of the skill is when you're rallying, 15% normal damage, less normal damage, and then obviously his little roll the dice expertise here. Which, if you get the 20% more normal damage, could be pretty good. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. Let's catch up on chat a little bit. Boast, welcome to the stream. My mistake was to go for 5 rings first instead of horns. I did the same thing. Don't worry. Need another swap event? Yeah, right. Artha, welcome to the stream. I think ZL, Herman, and new Archer with Philip or YSG for 2 marches. Yeah, I mean, Philip's in play here all over the board, right? Like you can do Bai Chi Philip, you can do Arthur Philip, which I'm most likely going to be sticking with, and then yeah, he does look like we'll have to look at let's go look at Philip and see how this synergizes. Where did the power thing go? Didn't they? Oh, that's why. There we go. Philip, obviously his damage reduction and more damage. Archer units gaining 35% health, so that would put that march at 65% health, with 40% march speed, which is really nice. If you're using it with one unit type, 30% more damage on all that AoE is probably going to be pretty freaking nuts, to be honest. It might... that honestly might be the march. That 30% damage with Qin Shi Huang is pretty good. And then this is the direct damage to 3 nearby troops. With some... Is my thing off? It is off filter. Hold on. I didn't notice this before. Oh, where's Rise of Kingdoms? You have it a little bit smaller. Sorry, that was bugging me. Yeah, Philip might be the play for this guy because that 30% damage. I'm curious to see how that affects. Whenever this commander uses their active skill, they have a 40% chance to use their active skill a second time. Whenever the other commander and their troop uses their active skill, they have a 20% chance to trigger. So interesting. Philip, welcome to the stream. Sargon 2.0 or Chandra 2.0? Sent something in DM. Scuffed, but should decently be correct. Made by me. This considers hitting one target enemy, not hitting back. And fourth skill rage reduction ignored. So in reality, it will generate more rage from AoE damage and consume more rage from fourth skill. All right, we're going to pull this up from our man Harak. So a little bit of some calcs here from Harak. Skill hitting one target, rage gain, rage consumed, net rage consumed, and net rage. So obviously your net rage here being from you're entering combat, but you need him as a primary on this. So yeah, you would be running him Philip secondary. Let me just catch up on chat real quick before we dive into this a little bit more. Boast dismantled arch crit dagger a few days ago and made another horn. Never looking back now. YSG will never die. Just going off people hyping up old Archer releases like Boudica and Henry, then they flopped hard. I'll probably skip. That's a Cav main for you, by the way. Take Shajar over Henry. Oh, we do have to look at Shajar too, because she does give you normal damage boost as well. Henry with the new rally commander will be good. Asher, when I saw new archers, I immediately converted my circle formation because now it's useless. Adrian, welcome to the stream. What's the best arc carrier march? It would probably, I would say, Double C and Belly Prime, because Belly Prime has a chance whenever he's hit to gain march speed bonus, I believe, and then once you leave combat, he also gets another march speed bonus. That is also true, Boast. Yeah, Philip will also be good. Will always be good with archers because of the health. Ergendir, welcome to the stream. Looks like both commanders are crazy sauce. New Archer Chin gonna change even Archer equipment meta and gonna focus on attack since the skill damage you do is the same as your basic attack damage. Yeah, we are definitely, and this is again more of these paradigm shifts in the game. where they're now putting a little bit more of an emphasis on attack and less on health and defense, especially with this commander. So yeah. So again, this is from Harak here, doing a little bit of like raw math on your rage gains per turn, how much you're consuming, your net rage consumed. So on your ninth turn here, looking like you're going to consume that 1000 for his primary skill, which will net you back down to net rage. So with this actually, Henry could be kind of viable because it looks like you're staying above that 700 mark, which is 70% rage pretty often. So it is attack and normal damage, which will help your basic attack damage here, which he's really predicated on. Consuming 250 here. Oh, you're looking at horn procs, feral nature procs, active skill cast, secondary active skill. So you're staying pretty healthy on rage here, although it does look like you're consuming quite a lot. So thank you, Rock, for some of this raw data. This guy might be broken as fuck or mid test. Or mid. Test is everything, yeah. You use one Archer March, nothing changes. I think the same for me. The same for me, at least, Boast. I'm probably still going to be rocking one Archer. Currently laugh or feel sad at who invested on Circle. Throwing shots at Skinsy over there. Let's look at Shajar, because I did totally pass her. So she would be secondary commander. So whenever she heals a target, she's going to do true damage. Which again isn't dictated by not affected by attacking troops attack attribute or the defending troops defense attribute, which I always liked that function, honestly. I think maybe delivering it in a different way. And then obviously your heals, and then she's going to be giving you Archer health, that March speed. So again, you'll be at 65% health and 40% March speed if you are pairing him with Chin. If this commander's troop is on the field, they take 10% less normal damage. Whenever they use an active skill, you're healing. And then third skill, commander troop takes 10% less damage while on the map. While this commander troop is on the map, whenever it is reduced to 60% of units remaining, it does the mighty heal. And then you take the less damage. And then this one is nice, is whenever this commander troop heals a troop for the next 3 seconds, the healed troop gains 10% defense and 20% more normal damage. So again, you're really looking for attack percentages for Chin and also anything that's going to boost normal damage. So you got some decent options here. Cyrus, maybe a thing. He's got some decent AoE burst damage here. But I think your top candidates are going to be ZL, Philip, obviously, and then maybe coming in for third, probably the Shajar, I would say, because of the heals and you're sustaining much more. And he's already kind of generally tanky because you're going to be able to potentially reduce that damage by 40% from his 4th skill. 222 setup, so nice commander edition for me, it seems. Yeah, anyone who's at 222, this is I mean, it's good for anyone even running just one Archer March. I think he does replace Herman though, for those who are running the ZL Herman. Skinsy was adamant that Philip and Shajar was OP. Invictus, welcome to the stream. Philip here may be interesting if Chin's basic attack is effectively skill damage. Philip's active skill buff could be busted. Yeah, I think that's the case. The basic attack is, because it's stating that it's going to do direct damage. Anytime you have any kind of verbiage that says direct damage, it correlates to skill damage. So direct damage on archers, direct damage on infantry, direct damage on archers. It's always translates into skill damage. So yeah, Philip honestly might be even number one. I think Philip might be number one over ZL, and it would probably cause me to really look to do Chin and Philip, and then I would run Arthur William until we get another combo damage. Disastrous, my 50 gold heads already. Never investing more than one archer. March, however, we are lined up for this new KVK tech. Hopefully it can cut some slack on archers getting wrecked. Yeah, I think that this is kind of key here to pushing archers in a good direction. So let's go and check out the rally commander now. He does look pretty decent as well. I think so. I have this theory that we are going to get power creep soon. I don't know if these commanders kind of put that theory set in stone. The only thing that I'm going to kind of still lay on why we're going to get power creep soon is we got a ton of commanders released into the dailies recently, like literally 2 sets of commanders back to back. So that is a kind of clear indication that we are approaching some kind of power creep here. Zero repairs really just so you stay net positive on rage. Yes. That is the thing with that puts ZL a little bit more in the discussion over Philip, because Philip's not necessarily giving you any kind of rage while ZL is. So yeah, obviously we're gonna have to see, but I think I'm probably gonna go for Chin. He looks pretty good, and I think it solves a problem of archers getting attacked. And if you're an Osiris League player or an Arc player, dedicated Arc player, I think Chin is a must max for you, because the damage output in those mid fights is going to be really nice, especially when you have everyone else having a Chin. New rally commando will crack Gorgo, Tokugawa, and also Hera is getting wrecked. Yeah, we'll get into them. Let's go. So next archer rally commander is Shapur the First. Shahansha Shapur the First. Archer conquering skill. First skill, Might of Shahansha. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Deals additional damage to a target troop every second for 4 seconds. 800 damage factor. If this target has less than 500 rage, it also cannot receive shield effects for the next 2 seconds. So this tells me one thing. I think the next formation that we're going to get for archers will have something to do with additional damage. They do have a fair amount of additional damage that kind of is in the game already. Chin is bringing additional damage into the field. I think we're going to see a formation that's going to give us boosts to additional damage. I don't know if that's going to necessarily be Archer's niche or not, but maybe looking so. And then it also tells me that you do want to bring, when you're in a swarm scenario, you do want to bring those commanders like a Belly Prime that are going to be pulling rage off. And obviously Chin is going to be a pretty good swarmer, as well as he's going to be pulling rage off of that. You honestly might even just be better off just doing like an entire swarm with Chin, honestly, especially in the infantry meta that we are in. Like, I wouldn't be surprised when we get this commander that it's like your initial swarms are going to be all Chins, especially if you're rallying with Shapur the First. Chaps, welcome to the stream. I have a chinny chin chin. Think good luck to those who maxed Philip, because he is going to be out of meta next cap. Philip out of meta? That's crazy talk. That's how me is. Welcome to the stream. Although you were here before, I didn't say hello, but I don't see Philip going anywhere. He almost is the most future-proof commander because he can go with anybody. Next skill, Humiliation of Rome. We're going to get 20% Archer March Speed and 20% health. Whenever their troop takes damage, it has a 25% chance to gain 30% attack bonus. So that's what we're looking for with a little bit more of Chin synergy. If they're leading a rally attack, the archer gain an extra 20% march speed. Oh my god, 40% march speed from that, plus I think Henry has the march speed, right? 20% as well. So you're at 60% march speed on archers. They are going to be zooming. We now have our meta for Osiris League. It is almost certain that you're going to have Shapur the first along with one of the other rally commanders, whether it's Henry or Asher, I believe also has some march speed, not 20%, but 15% maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any combination of those two. That's a pretty fast rally, to be honest. Is it faster than Cavs? Might be right there with it, but let's check out the rest of his kit to see. Third skill, whenever this commander's troop deals skill damage, it has a 20% chance to inflict the following effects. So we're kind of getting into this roll the dice Ashurbanipal skill type again. Target cannot receive temporary heal buffs, which Tokugawa does, I believe. And the target deals 20% less normal damage. So definitely a direct counter to our smite garrisons that we have currently. Fourth skill, Stout Walls of Bishapur. If this commander is leading a rally attack, whenever their rallied army grants a buff, it has a 50% chance to gain 100 rage, gain a 30% bonus to skill damage dealt for 3 seconds, and a 4-second cooldown. That's nice. 50% chance every 4 seconds. That's pretty good. Synergizes with Chin, so Chin might be able to. Shit, we might be looking at a Shapur Chin, because I think it's been a while since they've released a set of commanders where you can use like rally commanders that you can use with the open fielder. It has been a while, if I'm not mistaken, although maybe Scipio and William Wallace, we kind of got that a little bit. And then his expertise, all must submit if this commander is leading a rally attack. Whenever their rallied army deals damage, has a 50% chance to deal additional damage every second for 1 second to 5 enemy troops near the target 200. So that is also very much in line with the skill damage, and it's a cooldown of 1 second. That's his anti-swarm. If they aren't leading a rally attack, whenever their troop deals additional damage, it has a 15% chance to deal additional damage every 2 seconds to 1 enemy troop near the target. Wait, what? Additional damage every 2 seconds to 1 enemy troop. Oh, okay. There's some pretty good synergy here between Shapur and Chin. Oh, Ash. Oh, yeah. So anytime you're using the Ash expertise, you're going to get this 50% chance. And Henry's 60% march speed from talents. True. Because he is, yeah, he's got the support tree. Tupac Shapur. That's the comment of the day. So, Frito, welcome to the stream. What's up, brother? We're going to close this poll now. So 62 votes. 29% of the voters have 1 to 2 rings. 35% of people have 3 to 4 rings. And 35% of people have 5+ rings. So let's go in and do another poll. How many horns does everyone have? How many drums? 1 to 2. 3 to 4. Anyone who puts 5+, like you're crazy. You're a dev if you have 5 drums. Shapur definitely viable and open. Yes, yeah, I was gonna get to that as well. Archers are back, baby. Yeah, well they desperately needed it. So, if they're leading a rally attack, you're getting 20% march speed, skill damage. The only thing you lose out here on is the chance to gain 100 rage and 30% bonus to skill damage, but he is open field viable, I would say as well. Who he would synergize in the open field, I'm honestly not sure, but let's go take a look. Whoa. Honestly, he can probably go with like any commander. He's not asking for anything specific that you need to kind of like put with him. I think our obvious suspects are Philip, right? But I don't think I would waste Philip on this dude. ZL might be the best bet if you're gonna go Chin Philip and then ZL Shapur. The Tupac Shapur thing has still got me rolling, Japs. Oh, zero option, yeah. Can I don't know if I can edit. I can't edit a poll. Hold on, we'll end it. I'll put up another one. Sorry, yeah. Is this commander that looks like Cine? Is the commander that looks like Cine be used like Ash in the open field? He's saying Shapur looks like Cine. What the heck? Herman's watch has ended. It does look like it. For a few reasons, right? I mean, let's well, I'm going to answer this first and then we'll get into potential pairings. If we look at a meta troop composition now, how much skill damage is really on the field? I mean, you're looking at one Cav with the Huo March, the Arthur March, which is doing combo attack damage. This is how I would run it, I guess. Obviously, everyone's going to be a little bit different. You're going to have the archers who are still doing some skill damage. You can potentially have two. So let's say that there's 3 marches that are doing skill damage. And then your infantry marches, depending again on how those are composed, it does look like Liu Cha Baichi is your probably go-to infantry meta march now. And then maybe Ragnar. So you still will have 4 Ragnar Skippy. So you will have 4. So Herman does still have some value, but as time is going on, and we're losing more and more skill damage, he's going to continue to fall off. I agree. His active skill might not be good for field though. Sargon maybe need to stay connected to enemy. Oh, that's right, for the additional damage. Additional damage doesn't need to be connected. It's more like Ragnar still pops even after you disconnect. Yeah, which is similar to what combo damage does as well. So if that is the case, then he will be viable for open field. And that's 2400 damage factor total. So again, obvious culprits for a Shapur, a Tupac Shapur pairing. Let me just edit this here so you kind of know who he is talking about here. Kind of like how that looks too. Just line these up. Obviously Philip, obviously ZL. I don't think Henry is going to work with Shapur. Boudica, no. I mean, there's not a lot of options for our Archer open field right now. So Shajar for the sustain to keep him healthy, but Ash probably in field. Probably Ash. I would say Asher probably is going to be your number 1 option because he's going to give you that the 50% chances when you're rallying for that 100% 100 rage and 30% skill damage bonus. Yeah, additional damage is interesting because everything with skill damage doesn't increase additional damage. I think. At least, actually, would it? Damage is split, so you still get some damage in against some time-based buffs. Example, against a shield that lasts 3 seconds. I think Ash might be the play here for an open field march with Shapur. YSG obviously could probably still be an option as well. If this is buffing those additional damage bonuses, then it probably would be YSG maybe. Guys, what do you think? Just want to peek at Henry real quick for the rally skills. 20% counterattack damage, skill damage. I think the rally pairs is either going to be... I think we have some options. I think you have a lot of options when it comes to rallying with these commanders now. Shapur... You could probably do, like, if you're doing a double rally setup, you're going to do Shapur Henry to tank, and then Shapur Ash, or Shapur Chin as your secondary. ZKX, welcome to the stream. Skill damage does buff the additional damage bonuses. If that is true, then that's pretty good. Then he might be open field. Chin, Ragnar, plus latent power, full and additional damage. In artifact KVK, ZKX, I would assume. I think it synergizes pretty well. I mean, the main... Because you're consuming rage from the target, which is always a good thing. And that, like, burst that he's doing to targets around him is no joke. Especially if you're... Think about it, like, we saw this graphic, right? Let me pull that up real quick. We saw this graphic. Thank you again to Harakin, to a Goose for sending this over. But we got this graphic showing what this thing can do. Yeah. Now, imagine all that damage with a rally. Like, that is almost terrifying to want to go and attack. On top of the fact that Chin, that Shapur also has something along those lines when you're talking about his expertise. So if we go ahead and pull that back up. Like 15% chance to deal additional damage every second to 5 enemy troops is a damage factor of 200, which is the same damage factor that Chin is doing. And it's got a cooldown of 1 second. Like 15% chance isn't a lot to proc, but it's still something. And that combined with Chin on that aspect, it looks kind of wild. So I think and again, this is just kind of first thoughts. I think Chin might be able to go with this rally commander as well. Single damage from Chin too low for rallies, potentially. We have to see how it scales with the damage, right? Oh, Chin has a field that says only attacking. All right, let's see. Which skill is that? If this commander is attacking a field troop, so you lose his third skill. Oh, so you're not going to get the 500 rage upon entering combat. You're not going to get the 10% less normal damage. And then you're not going to get this, this extra effect here to get the 40% damage. Because that would be cracked. That would be cracked. If you're going to get the chance to get 40% damage reduction, that would be cracked. Is there anything else? Is in the field and has... Did I look at that one already? Does that mean in the field? But that would correlate to being in a rally, right? This one is the one you lose out on because you're obviously not going to be attacking a field troop. So it looks like you would lose out on the third skill, which is the initial rage gain, the normal damage reduction, and then this. He also loses expertise then too, because his expertise enhances Thunder Shakes All. Yeah, maybe not a great return there, so that's a good call out. Said already, and I missed Wild Rift Clips. Welcome to the stream. But do you think Qin Shi Huang will be Arch rather than Wedge? I think there's a potential for him too. But Arch inscriptions are kind of booty. A little bit. Let's look. Or maybe this is where this makes destruction good. Whenever their troop launches a basic attack, has a 10% chance to spend 100 rage, which is pretty much what he's doing anyway all throughout his kit, to increase the damage of the attack by 70%. Then begs the question, increases the damage of the attack by 70%. So when you get that damage bonus, is the skill from Qin now going to reflect off of the bonus attack, or is it on the base attack? Because everyone has mixed feelings about destructive, right? So maybe that we get into a realm where destructive is now good. So the troop gains 3.5% boost in normal damage, gaining 20% bonus to normal damage dealt, but a 10% reduction in skill damage. You're kind of mitigating there a little bit. Invincible skill damage resistance, which that won't help against these garrisons nowadays. Every 20% of the units lost, the Wilder's troops deal 3% more normal damage. 8% boost to normal damage dealt. Could be Arch. Maybe for Rally, I would say. No, we're talking about Qin, and that's probably not for Rally. His skill is so complicated. There's so much going on in his kit. It's like, it's almost mind-numbing in a way. Do you think Qin Shapur works in the field? Some of Shapur's skills do, like the expertise, half of it's meant for the field. Also gives 100 rage. Yeah, I think Shapur is open field viable for sure. Also thought of him being in a rally, but trust me, his in-game skills when he comes in will be changed for in a field troop. Just like when they announced BQ and everyone talked about his expertise in a rally, they changed it when he came in the game. Oh, okay. Shapur Ash for rally? I think so. Rally counts as field. Red numbers you see are additional damage, which is skill damage. It's not basic attacks, kind of. But those are reflective on the amount of it, on the amount of damage your basic attacks are doing, which are increased by normal damage bonuses. That's why this thing is so convoluted. It's Polo, welcome to the stream. Destructive is busted on Qin. The rare inscription craze in Wedge is insane on Qin. Let's go check that out. Oh yeah, lordy, we're wow, he has now single-handedly buffed a bunch of inscriptions that a lot of people thought were kind of like meh. Good call out there, ZKX. That's Noah. Welcome to the stream. Just joined. This is a new Archer. A W or L? I think they're W's. I think they nailed him. Even for Qin, I'd rather get the skill damage bonuses, so I boost his additional damage that he's doing. Also, another thing too. This fixes the problem a little bit with Hunter. Does it? I think so. Because the whole thing with Hunter is like you would get the 7% boost of skill damage if you're using it on a march like ZL and Herman. But now, since you're essentially doing single target direct damage, additional damage, this would be 15% increase to those as well. If you have Hunter and Crazed as a double inscription, you're set. You're good. You're good. When you figure out the two Archer field marches, DM me. Safrito, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. So it deals skill damage, but in a way is scaled by normal damage indirectly. Yes, because the skill damage is correlated on how much damage the basic attack is doing. So he's almost like a hybrid. You can use both, I think. So I don't know. Chin is interesting for sure. I think they're both fine. And I mean, yeah, thank you for getting into armament talks, because it didn't even cross my mind, but Chin is looking good with a lot of things right now. Oh, you can't have special and rare? Oh, okay, never mind then. Pods, welcome to the stream. Doesn't it feel weird? The first skill on Shapur, the target has to be under 500 and blocks shield for 2 seconds, but that means this is extremely likely that a Hera won't proc in the next 2 seconds. Yeah, I think that's the point. They're trying to but they're trying to give you the counter to all the shields that you get from a Gorgo, that you get from a Hera. So there are slightly countering that, and that's why I said when you're in these swarm scenarios, you're gonna want to have, if you're rallying with Shapur, you're gonna want to be swarming with Chins, and you're gonna want to be swarming with belly primes, because they are pulling off rage from your targets. Chin, Juge plus drum, horns, full rejuvenate, etc. will be insane. Yeah, get your drums ready, guys. So let's see. So far, we're 15 minutes into the poll. 66% of people have 0 drums. Lilith, come on. 1 to 2. 22% of people actually have. That's a pretty good amount. 22% of people actually have 1 to 2 drums. 6% of people have 3 to 4. And then 6%, which I'm assuming these are just one person each, because we only have 33 votes. And this might be a troll, but someone has 5 drums, and they're secretly a developer of Lilith. Probably not a troll, but the thing though is that developer said they would be continuing adding formations every 18 months or something. Yeah, Chin fixes a lot of stuff with some of these armaments. Like we kind of touched on the Arch, we touched on Wedge. I think our next formation is going to do one of two things. It's either going to boost AoE damage, or it's going to boost additional damage. I am now leaning towards additional damage, because we only have one thing in the game that boosts the additional damage like over time, I think, which is the talent tree, and then obviously anything that's skill related. So I think we are going to be getting an additional damage boosting formation. From what these archers are telling us, that looks like the niche that archers are now going to have is going to be additional damage. Got this drums like a week ago, thank God. Will we get a Dirty Dan video explaining the new archers like I'm 3? Probably not. For 2 reasons. 1, we're already kind of breaking it down right now. 2, few reasons. 3 reasons. 2, there are much better testers than me and people who really dive into this stuff. So if you haven't checked out Belay, go check out his channel. He dives into this stuff like crazy. Chadsky does a ton of testing. Bus Driver also has pretty good analytics when it comes to this stuff. I would always refer to those guys because I don't really get into commander tests. It's just not what I do. Third reason is I don't really know if you can explain these guys or explain Chin like someone's 3, because there's so much going on in his kit. I think the easiest way to break it down is his skill damage is dependent on his basic attack damage. He pulls rage and he's very rage dependent. That's like him in a nutshell. Additional damage, definitely, yeah. And I agree too, ZKX. I don't think we need new formations every 18 months. Give us like mounts or give us pets or something like that to be the new chase item for these guys. So, yeah, a lot of the talks right now are revolving around Chin, so we'll keep Chin up here. And I guess I'll move this too, so as we maybe look through some of these inscriptions. Potentially. I don't know. I don't know if we're still kind of going over that. I'm glad it's just not raw damage and it's kind of unique. Yeah, I mean, I agree too. I mean, I think Chin fixed a lot of things. Hunter being one of them, Crazed being one of them, Destructive being one of them. A lot of things where the community was kind of split. I think he kind of comes in and is now an answer to some of those things. So now people don't feel ripped off that they have Destructive, right? I think Destructive does work on Chin pretty well. Is it better than what you'll have on Wedge? Who knows? We'll have to see. Wish the formation stone costs less so you can switch out formation to formation. Yeah. We got to catch them early, I think. Sofrito is the goal. So if you get anything, like if you get a sick, you know, any kind of armament, if you get a sick stat line, like I specifically chase like the damage ones, or even if you get a good health, anything with a good stat spread, even if it's non-inscribed, keep it, because you can get the special inscriptions to put onto them. And then you can convert those before putting on a special inscription, and it only costs 1. If drum is crit, does it give 65 rage to all 3 marches or 65 to the holder? Let's see. All right, we'll pull Chin off here. I would assume it's 65 to all 3 marches. Hawaiian Superman Gaming, welcome to the stream. Would it mean drum is more likely to trigger with the additional damage? I don't think so. Because that's more... I think that's why they did it specifically like that, because, I mean, let's be real. We already clarified that you can proc your additional damage and walk away, and it's still going to sprinkle the target. Combo attack does the same thing, but combo attacks... extra layer is that it gives you the ability to get the additional chances to you know, get these things to go off, because the combo damage counts as a basic attack, whereas additional damage is just additional damage. That's how I'm kind of breaking it down. ZKX. Yes, yeah, exactly. Invictus. Wild Rift Clips, I'm getting Autarch now and already have Hunter, but can't decide if I should stick with another Hunter. Would it stack or go to Arch? It depends on your troop lineup. As an Archer main. That's tough. That's really tough. Yeah, I apologize for those who are just ending KVKs and are now getting Autarchs, and you're like, shit, what do I do? Do I do Arch or do I do Wedge? Because y'all are not in a good place right now, and we might even be in that place too, depending on when these commanders come out. Yeah, because we need to see tests. We don't know what's going to be better. Is it going to be Hunter, or can you use Arch for Destructive? Like, it's really, really tough. Get a second Hunter, use it on a Wedge March, still boosts damage crazily until archers get an additional damage formation or something. Yeah, I think Hunter is probably still your safest play. But again, we're gonna have to see. Oh, they're out in 2 weeks. Oh shit. Just get Toppler if you're in that place. Damn. So we are gonna get. So we're getting new archers for Grand Prix, which is coming down the pipeline, and we will also have new archers for zone level 7 passes in our KVK against 960, and then obviously we're going to have them for Kingsland. So we're going to have some time to kind of test, not me test, the community to test how those what's going to be best on these guys. And and we'll be ready for King's End. I'm gonna go and just kind of peruse through 1093 Discord. I want to see if oh no, I wanted to see if Ghost Rider had any input on this, because he is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to these things. Oh, here we go. So from the man himself, skills are a little complex, very interactive between them, but seems OP. Lots and lots of rage going around. Needing some, but draining some from enemy. Seems like a horn and drum commander at first glance. Lots of damage. I like it. 70% stance is amazing. Speed, defense, and health. And I think that's it so far from him, but he's very insightful. Check DM. Yeah, and everyone's gonna pretty much get Chin from the new event that's coming, Imperial Treasures. Oh, which, duh, yeah, that's the 2-week timeline that you guys are talking about. Yeah, I got you now, duh. That makes sense. So, yeah, these guys are, I mean, Chin is looking pretty good. Jabed, welcome to the stream. Pass 4s on Wednesday, on the 18th. I also saw Ihara reply to someone. I believe they will boost the skill damage formation. Maybe she was in the meetup and heard that. Maybe. Second part of Boiling Blood works well with Chin also, although there's a skill damage. There's less skill damage these days. Which one's Boiling Blood? Ah, this one. Whenever the wielder's troop deals direct damage to its current target, their troop has a 30% chance to reduce all incoming skill damage. Yeah, it works, but yeah, like you said, there is starting to come a fall off in skill damage. I believe the way Chin takes rage by spending rage, he gets more back because he deals additional damage. So maybe you read it and think it's a bad part of his skill. But technically in the skill, he spends and removes rage, but because of his damage, he gets it back and more. Yeah, we saw that here with Harak's kind of rough math here. Let me pull it up again. Oh. So it's a little rough math that Harak did for us. Or for him. For everyone. Yassine, welcome to the stream. Hey, I want to ask you in the field which armament is best for Philip primary. Depends on who you're putting behind him. Because if you're doing Bai Chi behind him, then you want probably Pincer. If you're doing Arthur behind him, you want Delta. And if you're doing any skill damage, you want Wedge. So you kind of just play it off of whoever you're going to use behind him. Didn't they say they will bring a new skill damage formation? Yes. Yeah, they said every 18 months. And I think that, yeah, that's the new skill damage formation, I'm almost certain is going to be based around additional damage. So, yeah, more formations coming, guys. So get ready. Yeah, I mean, these guys are looking pretty good, man. Chin is, I think, going to be a must max. Almost. He looks relatively strong. I think he's going to definitely replace Herman for your ZL March. And then we have to figure out who's better. Chin and ZL or Chin and Philip? Oh, yeah, that's right. Two-tone, yeah. Yassine, thank you for the 5 euro donate super chat. I gotta get my monetary symbols down. I always get them mixed up. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just going to be dependent on who you're going to be using behind them because we have so many niches now. Like if you're using an Arthur, you have combo, or that would be skill damage. Two-tone. Baichi, Pincer, you know, for the smite. Anything with skill damage, you're going to use Hunter. No, I don't know anything. They don't really give us leaks or any kind of extra information. They'll give us like a heads up that they're going to be releasing info for us to like kind of get like thumbnails ready and stuff, but that's it. Chin ZL has some rage engine from Juge expertise, but Chin Philip is fast, tanky, pinch and run crazy good. Yeah. And just all the AoE insta-proc, which, you know, we are still kind of in that. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be insta-proc with Chin, but yeah, I think the synergy probably lies a little bit better in terms of like keeping your rage topped up or keeping more rage kind of flowing in with Juge. And then Philip is just more raw damage output, trying to boost the additional damage that Chin is doing. And then again, just kind of adding that tank. I mean, the tankiness and the march speed is, well, yeah, he will be fast. Yeah, he's going to be much faster than with ZL. That honestly might be the play. Because the march will still be just as slow as ZL Herman because it's the same march speed. So to give him that true march speed boost might be more beneficial. Have you? Yes, yeah, we did. I could pull it up again if you want, Polo. Chin Philip cheeseburger march. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and his skills look pretty dope too. I don't think this one has the oh, they're all in from the creators thing. Oh, it's just yeah, so we pulled this up before. This gives you an idea of how much additional damage he's doing. Oh, you do get his we do see his dragon effect in there. His skill animation's really dope. It's probably one of the coolest ones that we've seen. Definitely one of the better ones we've gotten in a while. And this is Shapur. Skill cycles every 4 seconds. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Yo, facts, Polo. Good call out there. Holy cow. He is fucking, he's like a 4-turn skill popper. I wonder how that looks with Philip. I think for Arc, for OL, I think Chin Philip, if he's doing as much rage as he's doing here, Chin Philip might be, it might be hands down, you have to use him in OL because you're getting all the fucking damage bonuses from Philip on his primary skill. The thing with Philip, it doesn't need Philip primary to boost his additional damage because we need Chin primary to consume the rage, but as he does his skill and ramps up additional, Philip does, yes. Yes, and Harak, yeah. That would have been, I kind of like had that intuition as we were looking at your sheet, but yeah, there's no rage cap on him because he keeps consuming it. Yeah, we looking, Polo, we looking. It's quick. It's really quick. I got you, Sofrito. This guy. Yeah, I did, it's like I have alerts and stuff, but like they're Dude, they're such a pain in the ass. Like, I do have the alerts and stuff when people super chat and stuff. I got to get some help to get them like fully set up because they tend to like work sometimes and they don't. So I'm with you, Sofrito. Yes, there should be like some kind of a effect and all that stuff when people super chat. I agree. I have to stop being lazy and fix it. Yeah, the fact that there's no rage cap with this dude is kind of nuts. Should I work on 5511 Chin for now to replace your 5551 Herman? Probably. Probably, yeah. Yeah, Philip is, I mean, people say Baichi, Lucha, best commanders in the game. Philip's best commander in the game. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Philip is the best commander in the game. He goes with everybody, which makes him the best commander. It's not Lucha. Like, if you're talking about like a troop type, yeah, Lucha is probably still the best march in the game. Maybe now it's Baichi. I don't know. But I think it's still Lucha because you don't need a horn on this dude because he generates so much rage himself. But Philip is hands down the best commander in the game. He goes with everyone, and his damage output is redonkulous. Like Arthur Phillip for me last KVK, just it blew out all of my other troops. Wasn't even close. Yeah, that's why I invested in him, Invictus, is because he's so usable everywhere. Now it's Chin. Yeah, well, Chin for archers, yes. I mean, I would say if we're talking about best per type, it's probably Arthur for calves, Liucha for infantry, Chin for archers, and then for leadership, I mean, it's like Heraclius. I mean, Siege, I don't know. I'm not a Siege main, but we're getting there. Ooh, we get a skill upgrade. Let's go. You know what I'm thinking now too, guys? There's no way we go back to the old tech system. Right? 40% attack we were getting from the old tech tree would be broken on Chin. Chin LC artifact KVK, let's go. Does the extra basic becomes direct damage? I think, I don't know who said it, Invictus, but someone made the case that Chin Ragnar probably would be pretty good too, because he does a lot of this extra additional damage as well. Right? And he's doing some draining himself. I think you can go either way with it. Well, they said this was just a pioneer. So usually when they do pioneer, like it's kind of like a test run to see if it makes sense. There might be some tweaks, but I think it's almost set in stone now that we don't go back. Because Chin with 40% attack would probably be pretty nuts. Where is... Let's back up. So let's try something real quick. I need the math wizards in here to help me. So let's take a look at what ZL Herman does from a basic attack standpoint. Of course, this is on Barb, so it's not going to be the same. But you're going to do on his primary skill. Whenever their troop deals direct damage with a basic attack via Iron Pierces Bronze, which is the second skill, it also deals 60% of damage. Let's pull this up. So what are we looking at here, chat, from a calculation standpoint? So it would be, so his skill from Iron Pierces Bronze, it's giving you 100% equal to 100% of their troops' basic attack damage. So you're looking at, whenever you spend that rage, you're looking at the 2k damage factor. This can be so cracked in a rally, guys, maybe. And then you're going to deal 60% of that damage, which I guess we don't really need the math whiz. If we're looking at your 2200, 60%, 1300 damage factor spread across 5 targets. If there's 5 targets there. So, and then for each target that you hit, you're going to do 15% less of that damage. So, 2 years later, you would still be saying, we getting there? We what? Hold on. I'm trying to get to, there we go. With Siege, I almost fell for the hype. No, I mean in terms of like me investing, I'm close, dude. Ish. Look, 5551 Gaja, and then I don't know if I'll put the sculpts into him just yet. I might just wait because I'm not gonna have the 6th March anyway. But for Kingsland, this guy would be 5511. So like, I mean, these are my daily commanders that I'm going for. So yes, it is gonna take some time, but I am slowly getting there. A lot of commanders out there now ish. Yeah, I checked with my 3 legendary wedge inscriptions. Did 17x basic damage on the active skill. Oof. Lilith will listen to this rally theorizing and will make all his skills to the field. It's looking pretty insane, Steve, for Chin here specifically. I'm calling this as a very early must max for him. I think Chin is going to be a must max purely because he is better than Herman. He's better than Herman. He's a must max because he's better than Herman. I am curious, ZKX, to see what he can do in a rally, even if you are going to be losing a 3rd skill from him. So Cav Sims need to complain for the next year so they give us an OP commander. I'm a Cav main. I'm not complaining. I like this edition. Archers were in a very bad place, and they needed the upgrade for sure. So I am a cold-blooded Cav main, and I'm here for it. Yo, Rolo, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I'm afraid they will give a single combo commander. Most likely. I think... I mean, Arthur's not broken, but they just don't like giving Cavs AoE. Look, Cavs had a really good run. For anyone who's an OG player and was around for the Attila days, like, we had a really good run. Guys, that was the only commander, really. I think they may have tweaked Xeno a little bit. Attila was the only commander, after they released it, they had to go nerf. They had to nerf him. And then even after the nerfs, it still wasn't good enough. And then that's when we kind of got into this realm of, they started releasing commanders that are kind of like directly countering each other. We've kind of gotten away from it a little bit now. But with the introduction of Shapur, I think because the infantry garrisons have remained so dominant, even with the addition of the Subutai rally, that they did need to kind of put in a little bit of a counter there. But like, we had a really good run for Cav main, so like, I'm not complaining. The thing I want most in this game is just, I want 5 Cav March. It's the thing I want most. But I also want balance. Like, as long as they're making these changes and they're balanced, all good. Attila has been meta longer than Dan playing Rock. Yeah, I was here for it. I built this account. So when I stepped away from the game the first time on my first account and then came back was right when Attila was coming into the fold and he was so OP and I'm like, I'm a Cav main. I'm going for Attila. He's so strong, blah, blah, blah. So I built this account around having an Attila. Lambo, Archer Gang. Yo, Lambo's psyched about these commanders. Archer Gang is here for Lambo. Lambo's got to be so happy. Chin is looking good, brother. And then Shapur too. Shapur, I like it too because they made this really good for Archer players because Shapur is going to be able to be used in the open field. You're not losing a lot from his kit. So you are getting upgrades for those who are one Archer March players. We got our upgrade with Chin. For those who are two Archer players, you got your other upgrade with Shapur. Now, how you're gonna do that? I mean, I guess you still could run Shapur Herman. It's a little weird of a combo, I would say, but it still works. I think. I don't know why I'm not trying to chain this right now, but we'll try and chain it. Targeting Chin is kind of punishing because he gets a lot buffier. Yes, exactly. That's what Archers needed. Archers 100% needed that. Let's make this dude a little bit smaller here. I think Chin is a must max for everyone. You have to. Because simply, like I said, you're running the Archer March anyway, so you might as well upgrade it. Chin, Juge, Herman, Phillip, fast poison stacks. Only way to take him down. Sure, he takes less damage, but if 16 people swarm, yeah, of course. If you have field for open field Chins, it's easier. Yeah. For full of Chins, yeah. Full of Chins. Yeah, I think this drastically boosts any Archer players. I think it definitely makes two Archer viable now. This guy's too fat to be fast. Someone needs to message Lilith. Tell them to consider weight density. Yeah, well, I mean, we had Genghis Khan too, his little fluffy boy, but he is rather slow because of some of his skills. You can only do 6 instances of the damage reduction, so you need to full commit to swarming him. It's a good call out too. Which, I mean, so is it a double-edged sword here that he is so strong, but it's strong that you still need to focus Archers? It's just going to be a little bit harder to take them down now, and it's going to hurt a little bit more to take them down, presumably. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. We'll get them in 2 weeks, and you guys will see all the testings and stuff from, you know, all the content creators that do their thing. Oh shit. All right, let's end this poll and then kind of wrap this thing up here. So how many drums do we have? We had 58 total votes. 62% of people have 0 drums. Guys, Chin is a must max. Go make drums. Like, that is my goal right now. I need to scramble. I am going to be able to dismantle my dagger. But where is my dagger anyway? I have no idea. I am going to be able to get half back. So let's do a little bit of that calc right now, actually. Oh, while we keep our guy up here. The new shiny toy that everyone's going to want to go chase. So if we dismantle our dagger, 20 mats each, and then to forge the drum, because it's a little bit cheaper, right? Okay. So then I'm going to need 20. I'm going to need another 40 legendary materials. That's tough. I don't think I'll have that ready for... Well, we're not going to have him for Zone 5 fights anyway, so... I do have some time. I have the entirety, or anyone in KVKs right now, we have the entirety until, like, your Kingsland fights to get your drums up and running for Chin. Probably you can't let him on the field. Yeah, you don't want to leave him on the field for sure. To run out there when they focus you, that is true. Yeah, we could touch on the events a little bit, Ray. Just pull this off. I don't know if I have screens for the new events. Oh, I do. Ray sent them to me. Duh. Two weeks, Steve. Third time in a Raw, we get a new commander when I go into KVK. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. I think that happens... Actually, it didn't happen with Baichi, which is nice. But it happened kind of with Arthur, but that was right around the time we got the gold head swap, commander swap thingy. So, new event coming in, which is a pretty dope event, honestly. So, one man's trash. We are going to be able to convert research speed-ups now. This is going to be part of Past Glory. So, you're going to be able to exchange some of your speed-ups here, and you're going to get currencies. Wait, which event did they say this is replacing? Is this replacing the Commander Sculpt swap? I hope not. Not like full grinding Sofrito, but I've been doing like a few hours a day of barb chaining. I am gonna most likely 5 March. I don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna have to 5 March soon because I want to get my iconic crystal for Zone 5. Not that it really matters too much in the grand scheme of things because I don't have the 6 iconic crystal for the leadership set anyway. So maybe I don't, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, okay. Second stage. Nice. Cool. Yeah, that one was kind of booty cheeks anyway. So potentially not having them at all this KVK or after Kingsland. I thought they said 2 weeks, no? And we did do some calcs on this. I'm sure there's already been... Ray, is it alright if I share that, you think? It's just like calculations. It's not anything crazy. And we kind of have... Everyone has, from what it seems like, the data here to kind of do the calcs on their own anyway. Possibly. Although we don't know the exchange rate. Do we know the exchange rate? Did they show that? Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so thank you to Vanji in 93T for doing the calcs on this event that's upcoming. So as you can see here, you can see the cost by chance. You can see the total conversions here, right? So so wait, this is what you're gonna get for the conversion. Hope this crystal tech stays. I like it. I do hope it's... I think it's going to stay, Sofrito. Let's just watch the whole Lilith video on stream, see if they discriminate on you. No, it's okay. No. I'm sure it's okay for us to do it, but I would have to do it on mute too, because I don't want any of the music coming in and getting a copyright strike. Yeah, of course, Gilmer. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we'll be streaming Zone 5 openings next Wednesday. Dutone, it's pretty good. I like it. I'm a fan so far. I mean, we haven't seen it in action and what, you know, it can actually do. But I do quite like, I mean, just the fact that like on pop-ups, on just pop-ups alone, like we haven't gotten Mountain Warfare yet. Like, look at your troop capacities. 330k. It's pretty sweet. Like, you will have the increased march capacities here. Is it maxed? Max march capacity, right? Yeah. It's really nice. Let me pull back up those calcs. I don't know why. I'm having an ADHD moment here. So it looks like in total you can get 700 days of training speeds, which is pretty nuts. But let me actually, hold on, let me see something real quick. So we go here. So you can get 100 days worth at 6,000. So each day you get is 6,000 on these. Even Achilles wasn't showing tech in this guy exposing time to 0. I didn't show me building out my tech tree. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to like fully avoid it. So I think as long as there's no step by step, like it's fine. Plus we're like, what, 4 days in now? Like people are probably like, they've already invested. I made sure not to do, I think I did it like the morning after, but like people already pushed their tech in those opening hours. So what's up, Golem? Welcome to the stream. Boost in troop capacity makes things much more level before the first fights. I agree. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have enough either. So this might be kind of like a one-time thing. The whales are definitely going to benefit from this. Because if we go in here, and like you still have to remember, like you need to keep some research speed ups. But like building speed ups, I blow through those every time, and we're not getting building speed ups like we used to anymore anyway. And research speed ups, like that'll be gone, and it's that's a one shot. Can you make me an admin? I won't mute Ray. Sure, Sofrito. So lots of good things coming. I mean, there are, I mean, lots of good things coming with the commanders, with these new events. But it's a balancing act, right? Because a lot of people aren't happy about this new bundle. Lambo being one of them, and he's a whale. So I am definitely one on the opinion that this shouldn't be a daily. This is OP to be every single day you can buy this. Yeah, it starts banning everyone. With great power comes great responsibility. Oh shit. I do have to wrap this up, guys. I have a work event that I have to get over to, and it's going to take me an hour drive. So, yeah, lots of good things coming into the game, but at the same time, they're kind of adding in things, which is like, it's questionable. They got rid of the other bundle already too. Oh no, it's here. Circle of Life. This one's a little mediocre, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got, guys. Thank you for chilling out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Just see real quick. Tommy, thank you for being a member for 27 months. So Frito, thank you for the super chat. And Yassine, thank you for the super chats as well. Guys, hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream today. Consider subscribing. We will be back most likely. I might be back Monday, Tuesday. We'll do some barb chaining streams, kind of getting ready for our Zone 5 fights, we could probably go in and look at our armaments and kind of look to optimize and transmute some things. I have a fair amount of transmutation stones to do that with, so should be pretty good. Get ready for Chin Shi Huang. Get your drums ready, because this guy is a must max. He's better than Herman. Replace Herman with whatever, fill up ZL, wait for the tests. But he's looking very good. And yeah, it should be interesting. We're gonna have new archers before Kingsland, I think. So lots of good things coming. Love y'all as always. Have a great weekend. I'm out later. Let me see if there's anyone to raid. Sorry. Anyone to raid? No one I am familiar with that I will send you there, and because I don't really know them, I'm not going to, yeah. The luck Sunday becoming a... Thank you, Sir Frito. Oh, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. So Frito, Ray, anyone else who's a father, happy Father's Day. Love y'all. Enjoy the day. I'm out. Peace.